Good evening, everyone. We are back again for a series of conversations about young Filipino Canadian entrepreneurs. My name is Jean Rojas, and with me tonight are Bea Corsino as co-moderator, Ruel Jimenez, and Robert Salvador for IT support. Both distinguished gentlemen serve as Philippine Center Canada's board members. This is the third in a series on building young Filipino Canadians' resilience through entrepreneurship. If you missed the sessions in the last 2 days, just scroll down the PCC page and you will see the recorded videos. The videos have a number of practical tips and insights on starting a business, so I encourage you to check them out. Similar to last night's event, this event is live streamed on PCC's Facebook page. If you have questions or comments, just post them below. This session would run for about an hour and would be recorded and uploaded later on the PCC's learning management system. By participating in this event, you consent that your name or your image might be captured in our recording. Tonight, it is so refreshing to have you as a guest who projects so much grace, confidence, and positivity. She and Bea have known each other since school days back in the Philippines. So I'm calling Bea to do the honor of introducing her. Bea, over to you.
Hey, you. So I've known our guest speaker today since high school when we were still donned in the same school uniform every day. But although our school imposed strict uniform measures, she has always exuded her own individuality and uniqueness. If our grade had an election at the time, I think she would have been voted as the person who is most likely to become a fashion celebrity. We reconnected in Canada, and I am very pleased to have a friend who has accomplished so much. My friend is a 27-year-old early childhood educator and entrepreneur. She graduated with a degree in humanities at York University and has a postgraduate diploma in early childhood education at Seneca College. She is passionate about working with children and making a difference in people's lives in various ways. As a businesswoman, she carries a line of health and beauty products from a Korean company and mentors other independent business owners in the company. She promotes her business on live stream, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. My friends, with so much pleasure, let me introduce you to Ms. Catherine Raaga.
Hi, everybody. It's nice to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much, Catherine, for agreeing to be with us and become an inspiration to our young kababayans out there. So let's start our conversation. Tell us about yourself, your family, the environment that you grow up in, and how these factors help shape you as an adult.
So I'm Catherine. I'm 27 years old. I am an ECE and an entrepreneur on the side. I am also a social media influencer. So I actually moved to Canada back in 2009 because my parents wanted me to have greater opportunities. They wanted me to study here, and I just realized that it's such an amazing country where there are so many, opportunities where you can experience so many things. And I'm really grateful to have a lot of people in my life who made like such a huge impact when it comes to my growth and development.
Yeah, but moving in another country is not really new to you because from what I understand, you got exposed to different countries and had an opportunity to live in different countries as well. Tell me about this experience as a growing child, and you're so exposed with so many people from different backgrounds and culture. Tell us about those experiences.
So, as a third culture kid, I was actually born in Manila, but I was raised in Indonesia and Bangkok because of my dad's position in his former company. And it was a great experience. Like, I got to experience to study international school. And back when I was in Manila, I was put into a foreigners class. And at the same time, I took special Tagalog so that I can improve my Tagalog and understand and speak Tagalog. So it was interesting.
Yeah, so when you immigrated to Canada, so you don't really find it strange anymore to get adapted to your new home base, new country because of that early experience. Now, tell us when you moved here, what's your age when you moved here? You
I'm
were
14. I was
you're
14 when I moved here. Yes.
okay, so you're already a teenager. Do you have any idea as to what you would like to be when you moved here?
So when I actually moved here, I honestly, ever since I was a kid, I love working with children. I love volunteering with kids. And, especially me growing up in the Philippines, I would visit orphanages. So it was really my passion to interact with these children. And at the same time, like I wanted to be that person when I grew up is to actually make a difference in someone's life. So growing up, like it's always been my passion, and I told my parents about it, and they said, you know what, you should go to university, do further studies so that you can pursue that career.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, because caring for others and then also having a business in the side, in a way, these are, and this is just from my perspective, okay? In a way, this is are two different worlds, right? But how do you complement each other in the way that you are living your life right now?
So living my life right now, I really learned the importance of time management, multitasking, and as well as, I'm really happy for the people who have really contributed to my growth, where it really helped me find my way, where I wanted to be a better version of myself. So if I need help with something, or if I need to talk about something that concerns me, that I really want to be a better version of myself, I always ask, the people around me who are my role models, such as, my manager, my coworkers, my family, and my friends. So it's really important to have like that positive, like group where they would make a huge impact in your life so that you can succeed.
Mhm. So in a way, those people that you are working with full time, right? In a way, they are also instrumental in what you are doing as a businesswoman. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And because my question is, how did you end up into this kind of business?
So it's funny. It's a funny story. So Anime is basically a health and beauty company. It's a Korean company, and my parents, they really want me to do well in my studies. So they told me the best advice I got them from them was, you know what? They call me Karen. So they're saying, Karen, I think you should finish your studies and then do what you want to do on the side. Whatever
Mm.
you enjoy, so that by in the future, if you decide on doing further courses, if you want to grow or you want to change careers, at least you have a backup plan. So in my head I was thinking, okay, you know what, I'm gonna get my degree, I'm gonna do my post grad, and I'm gonna try my best to do well at school. And once, honestly, the greatest feeling is that giving it back to my parents, where they wanted me to become successful. It's the best feeling. When I went on stage, I got my degree, and I also graduated with honors. So for me, it's a lot. It's a lot of work, where that's when I know that I actually did some accomplish something where it made a difference in my life.
Yeah, that's great. Your
Yeah.
parents must be very proud of you, and I hope that they are listening in and watching this
Yes, I
conversation.
know they're listening. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us, how does your day look like? How do you start your day? Because with a full time work and at the same time you've got this side business, you have your friends also and your family. So tell us, how do you balance these numerous activities that require your attention?
So working a full-time job is actually something where it gets me into the routine of time management, especially with my career as a teacher. I think it's very important when it comes to scheduling, or having that time to know what to do for that day. So when for example, like at work, I'm an educator, right? So I basically, tell my children, because I'm a preschool teacher, I say, okay, it's time to eat, it's time to do this activity. So in that way, it became a routine where I really got used to having that time management where I like to keep my life organized in a way. I have an agenda. And when I work, right after work, I usually work on Atomy or I do my streams on Vigo. And it really helps a lot when I write things down and I cross it out so that I know that I accomplished something for the day. And then on the weekends, it's I do it for fun where I feel that when you do something on the weekends, it should be something where you're passionate about it. You want to do something, you want to grow. And for me, like I like to use my time to read on books, listen to podcasts, give like insightful information for myself where I know it will help me expand my knowledge when it comes to social media. So that's how I got into it, and I'm still discovering new ways of how to expand my business on Instagram and on YouTube. And surprisingly, like it has been a long journey for me. Like I like if my friends are watching right now, my family, they know how much I hustle, and I am workaholic in that sense. So since I'm passionate about it,
Yes.
that's why I always do it during the weekends.
We're seeing a photo here. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're acting like you're a superhero here.
Superhero.
Tell us about this photo. And this was taken before the pandemic.
Oh, it was taken
Yeah.
before the pandemic. So in the preschool room, so the way it works for us child educators, it's very important that we follow a curriculum where we focus on the child's interests. So during this time, the kids are very interested in superheroes and cities and vehicles. So I told my children, I was like, you know what? If you guys want to become superheroes, we can all be superheroes. So that day we were all wearing capes and they dressed in their own costumes, and that's the fun thing about learning. You have to add value to these children where they feel like they feel happy to be there and they're happy to learn. And that's why I love being early childhood educator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you had mentioned once that you use the play-based learning in your curriculum. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that? What is
So
play-based learning?
play-based learning curriculum is something where kids study we focus on the child's pedagogy. So basically it talks about the child's interest and the way that children work. There are different ways to, what I learned at work. It's important to focus on cognitive skills, communication skills, social, fine motor, and all these various skills that could help children grow in the long run. So based on that, it's a play-based curriculum where if a child is interested in something, you need to add something to that activity for them to enhance those skills and for them to learn.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
just curious. I'm just wondering because if in your curriculum, is there a maybe a small section there on entrepreneurship or at least some semblance of running a business for kids? Just curious.
So these youngsters, kids are very intelligent. They work they work hard. They're expressive, and what I like about children having that confidence to speak up for themselves, to tell them what they like and what they don't like. I really find it fulfilling where when I see kids happy, for example, they're interested in donuts. So they would feel that entrepreneurship and independence to say, hey friends, why don't we make a donut shop and I'll be the owner. So that type of role that they have, and like in the classroom, it makes a big change in their progress in their life because it gives them independence, it gives them the confidence, and it gives them the drive to actually succeed in that career maybe in the future.
Okay, that's great. And as a kid, do you have such experience in the past when you were inspired by somebody who achieved so much in business, and that's why you are into business as well?
I'm going to say I want to appreciate, I appreciate, and I want to thank my parents because without them, I wouldn't be here. And my parents are really good when it comes to business and sales. Like when I was a kid, I used to see my dad speak in front of a lot of people, have meetings, as well as my mom when it comes to sales, because she used to work for Mega World. It was just, as a little kid, like I used to go to her closet and I used to dress all, business type of like outfits and look cute. And then I used to wear my dad's tie and be like, one day I'm going to become a businesswoman. So I think that's how it added to my, inspiration and like to actually become an entrepreneur one day.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just wondering because you've got so many things on the plate. Oh, there's an interesting picture here before my question. Could you tell us more about what this little girl is doing there?
So my boss took that photo, and shout out to Mercy. She is my amazing boss. She has helped me so much in my career at the Y. So I'm actually the health and safety rep at the center. I've learned a lot, like, especially with COVID, it has, grown in it. Like it really taught me so many things about the importance of health and safety. That time in that picture when she took, I was actually helping out somebody to fix the door of her office. And I learned a lot. I'm more of a hands-on learner. And when I learn, it's usually based on like my experiences. And I know that those experiences I can apply it to my knowledge in the future. So I'm really grateful, like I was given this position to know about these things regarding COVID, although it was stressful, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time I knew it was a growing experience for me.
Yeah, so you actually fixed the door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought that's a little girl. I thought that's one elementary girl.
Yeah, he was like saying like, okay, this is how, okay, could you please help? Like the door's kind of heavy, so can you kind of lift it up for me? And then, yeah, I helped him out.
That's Catherine.
Yeah, but isn't that one skill that all entrepreneurs actually apply in what they're doing, right? Just get on with it. If there's something
Yeah.
that's not working, then let's see how it can be fixed. But yeah, that's really a good attribute of being an entrepreneur. Now, my question, because you have so many things going on, even this small things of fixing one's door, right? So can you please describe us a time when you have to arrive into a very difficult decision because there are things that are simply there on your plate and it's so very difficult to prioritize and choose which one you're going to pursue at that particular point in time?
So I'm gonna share you guys my experience. It actually happened 2 weeks ago, and and tackling so many things at the same time besides working my full-time job and having things on the side. I think it's very important to have time for yourself to kind of reflect on what you want, right? And you know, um, I'm really thankful that I have an amazing team at work where they really mentored me really well. Where if I'm not feeling, good about something, or I'm not like, I feel like I'm not doing a great job, I think it's important to feel uncomfortable so that you learn from that experience, and you need to address your concerns to your boss. Because like I'm so thankful to have a boss who's very understanding, and she keeps me motivated, and she really wants me to be successful in my career. So me being in the preschool room, me being at in the department of staff in charge, and me being the health and safety rep at the center, it just felt a lot of pressure. But I decided to be genuine and real with her, and I said, you know what, I'm so grateful for these opportunities, but I'm very overwhelmed, and this is how I feel. I'm sad, and you know what, if you feel uncomfortable about something, you have to open yourself to other people, because you'll never know unless you try, right? And at the same time, it's for your well-being. And I'm so grateful that I have an understanding boss who really wants me to grow in my career. She understood where I was going, and she's like, I really want your job to be like, better, and better in a way. I want you to be happy. I just want you to be happy. I want you to feel more confident in what you do. And it's very important to have people like that in your life to tell you that. And shout out to Marcy, Agnes, Stephanie, everybody else at work. They keep me going. And that's why I love working at the Y.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's great to know. You've got a good team out there. And this difficult situation that you were in 2 weeks ago, I'm just wondering how your business factored in that, situation.
So how I tackled it, I think I had a routine. So back then, I used to work longer hours with my full time job. So during my break for 2 hours, I would actually work on Atomy. I would connect with clients on Instagram, on Facebook, and YouTube. And when I get like orders from people in Toronto, I actually do group orders and I actually meet up with them afterwards at work. So um, being that way where I felt like it was an ongoing routine, for me it just flowed. It wasn't something where I felt obligated to do. I was more like thinking, okay, you know what, this whatever work I'm putting into right now will be worth it in the end. And now I'm seeing the results where I'm really surprised that even if I'm not active with Atomy and I'm busy with other ventures right now on social media, I think it was worth it. I'm so grateful to have business partners, Jim, Emerald, and everybody else on the team who has, helped me, even if there are times that are stressed, where I'm stressed out. It's like they remind me, we can do this. So, and it's really important to also have people around you who would want to motivate you and inspire you to be a better version of yourself. So I'm very grateful for that.
Mhm. Yep. There's somebody who came in a little bit late, and I got this message from her and asking her to for you to tell us again what you're doing, and as a childhood educator, and also yep, your business. So just in a just to give a summary of how what you're doing right now and your business, just to give context, because there are some people who are a bit late in tuning in.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, so I'm Catherine. I'm an early childhood educator. I'm a preschool teacher, and on the side, I'm a influencer as well as an entrepreneur for Atomy Health and Beauty Korean products.
Yeah, so because we're talking about here you balancing your priorities, right? I'm just wondering if you have a to-do list every day, and then if you actually have some defined targets that you would like to achieve, say in a day or in a week, like how many videos you should do, live streaming you should do. So tell us about these things, and I'm going to reserve my next session later on after your answer.
Okay, so the way it works for me, I'm kind of OCD, which is something where like I'm the type of person who likes to get things done at the end of the day. And if I don't get things done by the end of the day, I kind of get disappointed in myself. So it really helps a lot with an agenda. I always use an agenda. If you guys are interested in getting agendas, Indigo, by the way, has amazing agendas. So I actually write it down. Like I put in my agenda list of things to do, and then at work I have like this white paper. I just write down the things I need to get done at work, and when I cross it out, it feels so good, and I just feel accomplished for that day. And when it comes to YouTube videos, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been consistent because I've been working on other things with my career here at the Y, and other ventures as a live streamer. So it's a lot, but I do plan on coming back to YouTube next month to create more content for my viewers.
Yes, I'm just curious, your agenda, how does it look like? Do you categorize it according to, say, work, your business, and then also your personal life? Because I understand, and I heard it earlier before we go on air, that you and Alyssa, you've got this regular FaceTime, and you even have this exercise routine or something.
Yes.
My agenda is more of like my personal things that I have to do besides work. But when it comes to me with my full time job, when I want to accomplish things that need to get done at work, I actually write it on a plain white paper. But other things I have to do right after work, for example, like pick up a project or make a TikTok video or post something on Instagram, I do write it down so that I can remind myself to be consistent in that routine.
And as I know, I mean, Catherine and I probably FaceTime a couple times a week. She's very, very consistent. Like she'll always be cooking or cleaning. You babysat for a few years, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So on like full-time job during the week, Adami in the evenings and during her breaks, and then on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, she would babysit as a side hustle. So
Oh,
she's very, very organized. I'm always honestly like I look to her when I'm feeling kind of lazy or lethargic, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing this, but I'm like, usually I call her and it kind of inspires me to get things done. So she is definitely a go-getter, I would say.
oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's good. So you're inspiring people, not just those that are close to you, like Bea, and I suppose your friends at work and your close friends, but also with your TikTok and live streaming, you're also inspiring people. Now, remember the question that I mentioned earlier?
Yes.
So, what's your indicators of success?
So I think my indicator for success is actually genuine happiness and also passionate in what you do. Because without those two, I think you wouldn't be really inspired to succeed in life. And I always, I made this promise to myself that in anything I do in life, I need to be happy, like genuinely be happy about it and be passionate about it. Because without those two, I think people would lose that motivation. And sometimes I do get those days, we're human, it's perfectly normal. But I'm so happy to have people around me who remind me and say, hey, Catherine, don't be too hard on yourself. It's going to get there eventually. Maybe you don't receive results right now, but maybe 5 years down the road. And yeah, honestly, like for me, it's a learning experience. Like, everybody, shares their success, right? And I didn't really tell people about this, where I wanted an internship so bad and I didn't get it. And now 4 years down the road, I come to realize that, what, things happen for a reason, and just trust God's timing.
Yeah, that's good. Earlier, Bea, you were showing some photos. We're gonna
Yes.
ask Catherine to explain the
Sure.
story behind those photos.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, when was this, Kat?
So that was actually 2 years ago, before COVID. So it's basically an event called the Academy Success Academy, where there are other entrepreneurs who are doing the health and beauty Korean business. And I'm so grateful that I attended that event. I actually went with Emerald, and this is the speaker. His name's Steve. He was a very inspiring guy, where he shared his insights, his ups and downs in life, and how he actually found strategies to become successful in Atomy, and did it as a full-time job as an entrepreneur. And he actually quit his job at the bank for this career in his life. And I actually look up to him. And this is Agnes. She's my main business partner. Her son's name is Jim. Jim is actually the one who introduced me to Atomy. He was actually my financial advisor at TD. I came into his office one day and I said, you know what? Since I already have a stable job and a full-time job, I'm actually looking for that extra income, because I was looking into my future plans for myself. And I told myself, as an entrepreneur, I want to have multiple streams of income. So how is that going to happen? Right. So he introduced me to Atomy. Oh, he's like, oh, do you know about Atomy? And I was like, oh, what's that? What's Atomy? Oh, it's a health and beauty Korean company where, you can earn $75 to $1,500 every other day. And in my head, I'm like thinking, oh no, I'm not into sales. I don't like asking people to join these kind of multi-level marketing companies. But when I tried on the products, and by the way, guys, the products are high quality and affordable and organic. I was even surprised with my skin results, where I was like, wow, these products are amazing, And that's when I contacted him. I told him about the results that I found on my skin, where that set really changed my life. And he said, you know what, you can make it a business if you want. It's a free membership. There's nothing to lose. And you can just promote the free membership to people and the products. So it's like, oh, okay. So I just went with the flow when it came to the process of me like trying to like try out different products and network with people. And I was even surprised how my client base has expanded in the past 2 years, because I didn't feel like I was selling products to people. I felt like I was passionate about it, in a sense that I knew that it could actually help people out and earn that extra income.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Success Academy. So what sort of things did you learn from this event 2 years ago? This was 2 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
2 years ago. So it only happens once a year. And there was one, it's also happening in different countries. So for this Success Academy, it's basically a bunch of speakers who would talk about their inspirational stories of how they became successful in Atomy, and how they found like strategies where, it would make their business grow. And I think it was kind of a way for people to be inspired, as well as find new ways to actually expand their knowledge when it comes to Atomy, with the business opportunity and the products.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So are this the lessons that you learned from these sessions? Do you think that is something that can be applied also in other areas, not necessarily at Atomy?
I think, you know, I think it's so important to, um, in a way, to really expand your knowledge, where you have to be creative, you have to put yourself out there. And I think people skills is very important. And I'm so happy to, be in a working environment where, you know, conflict resolution is important, or, you know, and also getting along with your coworkers, and, just having that good positive relationship towards others. And, me learning through Atomy, my personal growth, and, the people around me, I've also learned how to connect with my viewers and my clients in a way that I want them to feel that they are special, and at the same time let them know that I have good intentions towards them.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering because in a way you landed into business because of your financial service advisor, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that you are into this business and you are a businesswoman, so how do you acquire the hard skills of running a business, like financial management, for example, business planning, goal setting for your business? So if you could, share that with us.
So when I first started Atomy, it's your business when you think about it, right? And you are basically investing your time, your energy, and money. And in order for you to actually know if you are able to persuade people in buying the products, you have to try out the products yourself, right? So based on my personal experience using those products, it gave me that passion, it gave me that drive to actually put myself out there and talk to different people. So when I first started, I didn't have that much clients, and I'm surprised how in a short period of time of 2 years, like my network has just expanded tremendously. So like I would think of people, list of people. I would write down the people who would be interested in like organic, affordable, high quality products, and as
Mhm.
well as who would want to earn income on the side in an easy way. So I wrote all those names down, and what I did was I called each of them and also messaged them on Instagram. And on Instagram, I was very active where I put hashtags on my post. And that's when I
Mhm.
started gaining those clients, and people were actually interested, because I know it can be challenging when it comes to multi-level marketing, because there would be catches to it where in order to join, you need to buy a membership fee, or and you need to buy a certain package to sell it to, to your clients, right? And I didn't want to have that impression where I didn't want people to feel pressured to buy the products, or feel that, I'm just approaching them for the sales. And every time I talk to people, I always tell them the benefits of Atomy. And once I tell them, oh, did you guys know that it's a free membership? You're not obligated to buy certain packages or fees. That's how I approached Bea about it. And then Bea's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And then that's when she started
Yeah.
like, well, Bea ordered the products. And Bea, you tell them the products. What do you think about the products?
Amazing. I mean, look at my hair. Kidding. No, I got I got my mom into it, and yeah, I knew you were being genuine. I mean, I think you use the products from head to toe, and like I can see the difference, and I've known you for a long time. And yeah, so I think it's for hard skills. It would be sales, right? And I think you're naturally a very organized person. So I think taking care of your clients' orders and writing them down and sorting them out and making sure they get the right ones has been, I wouldn't say easy, it's still work, but I think it comes naturally to you.
So your clients are
Yeah.
not just people that you
So,
personally know. So it grew. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Tell us how
yeah.
you were able to leverage that social media presence and your clients actually grew. And I suppose these are friends of friends of friends, right? So tell us how it happened.
so before I decided to put myself out there on Instagram, I was actually quite hesitant about it because, like, I was afraid to be judged. I was afraid I wouldn't be successful. And honestly, like during the pandemic, when we had a lockdown, I know that in the future, you don't know what's going to happen, right? Anything can happen. So I was thinking, you know what? I think I need to find another source of income to help me expand my client base. So during the lockdown, we're just at home, and I'm the type of person who just likes to move around a lot and be productive. I started putting my post about Atomy out there and made content where people were really curious of, oh, like, we saw your before and after photos of your hair. Because back then my hair used to be really damaged. And as well as like for my skin, I was looking for products that wouldn't be harmful on my skin. So ever since I tried the Atomy products, it was very easy for me to approach people and say, "Hey, I was wondering if you guys want to try out the products. If you're not satisfied, you can return it." And yeah, and I really appreciate the comments I get, like the feedback that they see a difference on my skin or my hair. So I think that way, the people around me who say these positive things about the content that I put out, it inspires me to create more content, and it also makes me feel so happy when my clients tell me that positive feedback. Hey, my acne has been cleared. I noticed that my hair looks nicer thanks to your products. And that's what I love. Like, that's what I want to do in my life, where I want to change lives. I want people to also become successful in what I'm doing and share this opportunity.
Yeah, so I think that's the key to the success of your business because in a way you are a live, I hate to say this, but advertisement for the product, right? Because you use it and then it works. And, I've got a question. You can answer this or you may choose not to answer this, but out of curiosity, because there are people out there who are not blessed with, say, or the product may not work with them. Yeah, but my question is in your opinion, what are the characteristics of a person who would make it as a good entrepreneur? Yeah, because the business that you have right now, in a way, that is attached to your passion, and then also your the natural looks that you have. It's I would say a good attraction to your business, right? But for those who don't have that say natural looks and but would still like to go to some business, so what do you think are the characteristics of a person that could make a good entrepreneur?
I think one of the important characteristics to become an entrepreneur is to actually have good social skills.
Mm-hmm.
And social skills, it takes time to develop. I myself, I'm still a work in progress for myself, where I know myself that I'm not perfect, but at the same time, when I go through bad situations in my life, not just when it comes to my career, it gives me an idea. So what should I do next, and how am I going to resolve this issue, right? It's also about believing in yourself. There are times that I do doubt myself, like in the very beginning of me with my entrepreneur journey online and putting myself out there as a social media influencer, you have to believe in yourself in a way that you know you'll never know unless you try, right? And I'm so happy to have people who remind me of my hard work, people who inspire me, and people who would tell me to think more positive. So I think
The
that's
Aso-
very important.
yeah, sorry. Yeah. The Asami business, is that your first stride in the business world, or have you got any other attempts before?
I believe I joined Amway. It's another multi-level marketing company, but at that time I think I was just new to everything, and from that experience it wasn't my type of business because I was really focused with school. I was working my full-time job, and at the same time, like, I just felt like I was with the wrong business team, I suppose, because I wasn't really, I was still discovering myself. They were an amazing team, by the way. They were very nice and everything. But at the same time, I had other priorities. And at the same time, I wanted to still develop these skills and learn from those mistakes that I tried. It was like a trial and error for me because the products that they were selling, I wasn't passionate about it. I felt like, those products weren't for me. But the reason why I got into Atomy is because I met amazing people like my business partner, and everybody else that I work with there, who are my other business partners as well. We're a great team. So during the lockdown, we were able to do a lot of sales when it came to our products, and we would have Zoom calls, and we actually motivate each other. And so I think that's very important. Communication is key. Also, just experimenting different types of strategies to make your business grow.
Yeah. So in a way, the pandemic works for your business.
It helped a lot, big time, and I really appreciate, you know social media in a way to network with a lot of people. I'm even surprised that on YouTube, when I posted these reviews, it's like I get emails from random people who are interested in the products, and then they became clients.
Oh, how nice.
Amazing. I have a
Yeah.
question from a viewer. So, as a young entrepreneur, do you find areas that budding young Filipino Canadians can consider going into for their high potential for growth business wise?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'll read the whole question again. As a young entrepreneur, do you find areas that budding young Filipino Canadians can consider going into for their high potential for growth business wise?
So for that question, I think it really starts within you, like in a way that it's your mindset. And sometimes when you feel uncomfortable about getting into something as being an entrepreneur, I think it's very important to do it when you're ready. Ready in a way that you're willing to take risk. At the same time, you need to have a support system where they would encourage you and also help you think, positively of how to actually, like, expand and grow as a person.
Mm-hmm. So, and you're saying that you pursue something that you're actually passionate about. Yeah. Okay.
Is there another question, Bea, in the comment box or
Uh,
sent via other channels?
Not yet. I'll check Facebook.
Okay, cool.
But
Because I've got one question.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm just wondering, how do you see yourself 5 years from now? Yeah, because you're into a lot of things, right? You've got a full-time job, and then you've got a side business. You're very active in social media. So how do you see yourself? What's your outlook? What's your next mountain to climb, so to speak?
So I right now I'm still working on myself, where I'm trying to venture out different opportunities. Next 5 years down the road, I hopefully, I will, become successful with my business with Atomy and my live streams and my YouTube. I really want to be financially comfortable in a way that I know that I have income, that just keeps flowing in a way, because if you think about Atomy, it's active income that eventually becomes residual. So long term, like in the future, I do want to own properties,
Mhm.
so that I could rent, like other people can rent it out. So that's more income that
Mhm.
will come to me. I also want to see myself as a supervisor at a center, to really enhance my leadership skills, as well as to make myself feel in a way that I'm confident enough to like find solutions to certain conflicts and different scenarios at work. I want to grow in that way.
Mhm.
We have a
So,
question. Oh, sorry.
yeah, so
Go
this is
ahead.
just yeah, a follow-up question. That, so this 5 years from now, you're
Yeah.
seeing yourself still employed, yeah, full
It really
time, and
depends on the
then with a
scenario. I really hope if I'm earning the amount that I want as my salary, where I'm financially comfortable, well, yeah, for sure I will be in like a full-time entrepreneur. But right now, I'm happy of where I'm at right now, where I feel that I have job security, and at the
Mhm.
same time, I have savings where I know myself, it will be worth it in the long run. Like anything that you want in life doesn't come off easy, right? You have to start from the bottom and actually work your way up when it comes to your career, your financial goals, or your dreams for yourself. And uh like I take it one day at a time, and there are times that I do feel pressured. I feel like, okay, in 3 years I have to be this, or in 3 years I have to be here. Because if we're just too focused on the timeline and you're not really enjoying what you're doing, you're gonna have a lot of bumps on the road. And it's better to just do what you have to do and enjoy what you're doing, and then eventually you will get there, for your future goals or dreams.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think your Atomy business is a testament to that. I mean, I don't you have more than bit over 200 clients now? Yeah, that's
and growing.
amazing and growing. Yes. Okay, so we have a question. Can you share more tips to make optimal use of social media for business?
So when it comes to business, I think YouTube is a really great platform. Um, and what's good about YouTube, you can be your own boss. You can be your own boss where you can put up any content you want, and at the same time voice out your opinion about certain products and everything, right? So for my YouTube videos, I actually give people my personal insight about the products, and even show the results that I've seen, for myself, right? And I think it's important to share to people what you're thinking and how you're feeling about the product you're promoting, the brand that you're promoting, right? And I think Instagram is also a great platform, especially when you post on your stories. So for Atomy, it's like if I try out a product and I feel like there are days where I feel like my skin is good and my hair is like, in a good mood, I'm like, today I'm going to take a selfie and I'm going to show the product and tell people about how amazing it is, how it really helped me with my damaged hair. And when I post those photos on Instagram, I get story replies like, "Hey, what's the product you're using?" And that's how I start a conversation with potential clients. And I usually tell them, "Hey, it's actually the Atomy products that I've been using. They're organic, they're high quality, and you should go try it out. And if you're not satisfied with the product, you can return it." Like I really want to provide that best customer service, because I don't want people to think that I'm just up for the sales. Like I want people to think that I'm passionate in what I do, and I want to help that person out, as well as me letting them know that I have good intentions towards
Mhm.
the products that I promote.
I'm just wondering, how is it structured? How is the business structured? So you are on your own. You don't
Yeah.
have any staff. So what kind of support do you get from others?
So basically, Atomy is a binary system where you register people under you, and it's a free membership. And anybody who wants to join the business, they accumulate points over time. They don't need to sell products or whatsoever. It's more of like just promoting the free membership to people. And based on the referrals of people liking the products, they would actually message you, and that's how you expand your client base. So it's basically like friends of friends or family members who are interested, and that's how your business grows. So for me, I think it's important to talk to your business partners, keep that good relationship, to know that you guys are working as a team. Because as an entrepreneur, you're actually not supposed to think about yourself in a way that you're more concerned about your income. You should be concerned about, helping people, changing lives, or actually helping these people find strategies to do the business. And for me as a business partner, I think it's so important to keep that good relationship with your other business partners, that you want them to also exceed in their business as well.
Mhm. Yeah, given the clients that you have, and I suppose you already have a good sense of your client's profile. Do you entertain getting into another product line, for example, that will also serve the needs of your clients? Of course, not necessarily skincare products, but products that are actually also required or needed by your clients.
Is it just Atomy or other products, other product
No,
lines?
no, yeah, definitely other product lines, because you're already in Atomy,
In
right?
Atomy?
But yeah, they're not necessarily Atomy, but what are the other, not necessarily related to skincare, but something that you think would also help your clients?
So for me, I maintain this professional relationship as well as a personal relationship with my clients, because I think it's important that, you know, it's not always going to be all about business. You don't want to be approaching people like, you're only talking to them because you want sales, right? You should talk to them because you want to show that you care about them, right? So I think when it comes to those type of certain products, besides Atomy, I'm an influencer, micro influencer on Instagram. I do get products from just small businesses where they tell me to try it out and promote it to people. And at the same time, as a micro influencer, I just started my influencer journey on Instagram. So anything that I like or anything I'm passionate about, especially where for example, I'm a live streamer on Beagle where I actually cook in front of my viewers, and they ask me, "Oh, what did you cook today?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I made this new dish. It's like a feta pasta dish that I learned on TikTok." And then,
Yeah.
I like having these type of conversations with people, and that's how people would say, "Hey, Kat, thanks for sharing that. I'm gonna go try it out. I'm gonna cook it tomorrow." And it feels good to know that people would ask me where I buy my stuff or where I go.
Mhm.
And back when, we didn't have a lockdown, I would go to different restaurants and take photos, and they would ask me, "Oh, where did you eat?" And like, "Oh, I went to this restaurant downtown. It's really nice. You should go check it out." And they would end up trying it. So it feels good to be a positive influence at the same time, like you make people happy, you entertain them with your post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the posts and the social media channels, your videos on YouTube, from what I understand, there are some people who are actually establish another income stream by just putting out some videos. Yeah, does it happen to you?
So right now, I'm in the progress of getting monetized by YouTube, and it would mean so much to me if you guys subscribe to my channel on YouTube to reach 1,000 subscribers. Because in order to get monetized by YouTube, you need at least 4,000 views and 1,000 subscribers, and that's when Google Ads start paying you on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind our question, so how many subscribers and how do you call that? I'm sorry, I'm not into social
It's
media,
okay.
and my ignorance is showing. So how many subscribers do you need in
Subscribers.
order to get monetized?
So I only have about probably like 500, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been active. So if I feel that if you're consistent with something, your channel will grow. And I promised myself this year, I was like, you know what, I'm going to probably upload like a video every 2 weeks so that there's consistency, because that video that went viral, surprisingly for me, that's a lot of views, like 17,000 views. I didn't expect that, and
Mhm.
I feel that for that, you would just be surprised that people actually watch your videos. And I do get messages on YouTube and Instagram and other entrepreneurs who are doing Atomy. They'll be like, Catherine, you're such an inspiration. I want to be like you. And it means a lot, on Instagram, because I think I didn't really make it big, yet or something. I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna try this out to see where it will go. And I'm
Mhm.
happy like of how much I've grown as a person, and I know I'm just starting off in a way that I'm not really sure where it's gonna go, but hopefully in the future my hard work, will be worth it in the end.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
right. And for how long have you been making this video? So it's not long ago, right?
And not long ago, like a year and a half ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You have 554 subscribers. Hopefully
Yeah,
more after tonight.
hopefully, hopefully. Yeah, okay. So thank you, Catherine, for sharing your inspiring story. Yes, and I'm pretty sure that yeah, a lot of our young kababayans out there are encouraged to try out a business, even if they are still working, because
Mhm.
your story is just amazing, and we are inspired by you.
Thank
And Bea, have you checked our other chat boxes and if there is any question there?
Yes, I've checked. I only saw two questions, which I've already asked. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Is there any question from your side? Question for your best friend?
Hmm. What's one nugget of wisdom you could leave other young Filipino Canadians who are watching right now? There's one message you want to leave for them to take away after tonight. What would it be?
So I actually talked to a really good guy friend of mine last week, because I kind of felt stagnant in a way that I told myself, okay, I know what I'm doing in my life, but I feel lost in a way that I'm scared to jump into something. And he told me, you know what, Catherine, that's life. Just go for it. Just jump into it, and you will never know unless you try. And that's the advice I can give the viewers tonight.
Yeah, just jump in, dive in, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, if anybody's interested to do Atomy as a business, you can contact me on Instagram, and I can help you out, and I could be a mentor.
great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Again, this out of curiosity, and I hope you don't mind my asking this because you talk about your career, you talk about your friends, you talk about your business. I'm just wondering, we just celebrated Valentine's Day a few days ago. So is there a special somebody there? And I'm just wondering if that special somebody is demanding so much of your time.
um,
There's
Currently,
a few.
I will keep it personal, but there are like, I don't know. For me, I'm very focused with my career right now. So if the right person comes, the right person comes. There's no rush. I'm happy where I'm at right now, and yeah.
Okay, thank you for answering that question. I hope I didn't make you any, you're you didn't, become uncomfortable by that question. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Catherine, and for our thank you so much. Um, for some, I should say this because I just received a message. One of the board of directors of PCC said, referencing to my last question, referring to my last question, that's a very Filipino question. Because Filipinos will usually ask about your partner, your
Yeah.
children, and whatnot. Right? So that's my, Filipinos, the Filipino side of me. And for those who are listening in, thank you, Marian, for that comment. That's really very Filipino. Yeah, I agree. And for those who are listening, this is just the second session in our, or the third session in our series. And we have more lined up for you in the next few days and moving forward. Tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m., we will hear from another young Filipino-Canadian entrepreneur. And let me call Bea to tell us more about tomorrow's conversation. Over to you, Bea.
Thank you. So we invite you to tune in again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. We will be interviewing Mr. Yoni Sambo. He is a Filipino-Canadian photographer based in Ottawa, has a pretty large following, and I know it'll be an interesting conversation based on our pre-interview meeting. And so, yeah, tune in to facebook.com/PCC Ottawa, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.
Yes, and there are resources out there that you could check out. Yeah, and I would like to take this opportunity as well to announce that on Monday, February 22nd, again at 5:30 p.m., do not miss the lecture on how to find support in starting your business from the federal, provincial, and municipal governments, including private NGOs and foundations. We will send more information about this event to you soon, so tune in. Also, there's a more intensive training workshop on entrepreneurship. If you would like to start your business or already have an idea, a business and idea, and you would like to push it to the market, then register to our business startup workshop. This training will be facilitated by Renji Butalid, a Filipino-Canadian entrepreneur and startup ecosystem builder. It will be held on February 23rd, 25th, March 2nd, and 4th at 4 to 7:30 p.m. This event will not be live streamed and slots are limited, so I encourage you to register at lu.ma/PCC-entrepreneurship. You could see the link on your screen. And before we conclude, we would like to acknowledge the support from our sponsors. This program is made possible by the Canadian Red Cross and the Employment and Social Development Canada through the Emergency Community Support Fund. So that's it, folks. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Tune in again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m., either by Zoom or Facebook. Bye for now and enjoy your evening. See ya. Bye-bye.